This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Hills of Italy. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Now this map does list 3 mods as being required mods. Those are the Placeble Factories Pack by Shaba, the Seed Factory by Shaba VSR Modding Sir, and the Placeable Factories Pellet Pack by Vanquish 081 VSR Modding Sir. Now this map also lists itself as being seasons ready, so this map does indeed have a custom seasons mask. I did verify that by looking in the map files. The map also has a custom soil map. Also, that has been verified. So if you play with Precision Farming, you're going to have custom soil. If you play with Seasons, you will indeed have the rotting of hay and straw if they are left outside. Let me read you some other highlights on the description. This is a small to medium map with 24 fields, 2 forests. Cows are included at the main farm. We have a biogas plant. And then, of course, it is compatible with those respected factories. Go ahead and load in the map. Did load this map up with Farm Manager and start from scratch. And I can tell you that if you load up in those game modes, the main farm is completely barren of buildings as well as equipment. Something to be aware of. Now, while the placeable factories are listed as required mods, they are not embedded in the map. You can place them, but they're not already there. Go ahead and take a look at the map. Take a look at the lands area. You'll see that we have field 1, 2, and the main farm for $241,000, as well as plot 6 for $125,000. We have a large placeable area here on the other side of the map for $240,000. Big forest up here for $727,000. Smaller forest for $280,000. With biogas plant for $505,000. And then we take a look at some of these fields. The biggest field is 22 at 7.37 hectares, $757,000. Field 23, 6.41 hectares, $638,000. Then we have more reasonably priced fields like Area 9, $95,000 for 1 hectare. 8.3 hectares, $33,000. And you kind of get the point. Let's go ahead and take a look at the custom soil map. And you can see we have quite a bit of variation here on our soil. Fields 15, 14, and 12 are mostly silty clay. Field 22 has got a fair chunk of silty clay, and then loam and sandy loam. Meanwhile, field 24 and 20 are predominantly loam, as well as field 16 and 13 and 11. Take a look here at our prices screen. You see we have 4 main sell points for the bulk of our grain crops, with a little bit of exception here at the barn. They are not accepting canola or sunflowers. We also have the spinnery for our cotton and wool. We have several sell points for our eggs and milk. It's good to see. The sawmill, I was going to say the wood shop. The sawmill will accept our wood chips, and the barn will also take our silage, hay, straw, grass in the event that we do not own the biogas plant. Then we move into our placeable factories production capabilities and where they are going to be accepted. And I must have forgotten to enable straw harvest because I'm not seeing those pellets show up, but that's okay. Take a look here at our starting equipment. We start out with a modest list of equipment, not a big list. All it is new, well maintained, and none of it is leased. Take a look at the animals. We do have a cow pen at the start, but we have no cows in that pen at the beginning. And we do have contracts available to us on the map. Now, if we take a look at our starting equipment, you'll see we start out with the New Holland T5 120 and T6 155. Our tractors range in horsepower from 117 to 155. We have a TX32 grain harvester with its grain header, pickup from 1978, as well as the TKD 1600 trailer. We have a 4-row corn header to go with our harvester, and the Kuhn cultivator, the Vanderstand Spirit 300S seeder, the Kuhn fertilize sprayer, as well as the Stratoman forage wagon. We have front loader arms, bale spikes. Then we move into our placeables. So we do have the cow pasture that we can sell, as well as the large grain silo, our barn, and some other sheds, including the farmhouse. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the placeables. You have the ability to buy the cow barn back. And then, of course, we have the production placeables, part of the required mods. Mountain brick for our water trigger. Custom silo. Various sheds, and then indeed our farmhouse. So with that, let's go ahead and just take a look around at the main farm. So here we have our farmhouse. This house we can indeed go inside of. And if we turn the corner, we'll have our sleep trigger. We have our cow shed over here, which kind of also substitutes as a little bit of a barn or a little shed for machinery out front. We have our water trough. Again, we activate the animal pen extension mod, which helps us locate the water trough by placing these blue pipes. Food trough and straw triggers right here. On down the row, we have our milk trigger and then our animal trigger right here beside the gate. 100 cows in this particular facility. We have our manure and then our slurry. You want to look and see. Does it look like cows had some custom food requirements? And they do indeed. So if we take a look here, you can see that the cows typically in Farm Sim, if you feed them total mixed rations, it's 100% effectiveness. But not on this map. This map has changed things. So this map, total mixed rations, is only going to give you 65% effectiveness. Hay and silage will give you 25%, and grass will give you the remaining 10%. Do be aware of that. You plan to do animals on this particular map, or specifically cows. Across the way, we have the rest of our machinery parked under this big building. Some pretty big arches. Pickup truck. Our maintenance trigger inside of that shed. We have our silo dump station. And then our fill spout. Going to be on the other side here. There. And, well, that there is pretty much the main farm. Why don't you take a look here at our water trigger. Let's go ahead and get set up for that fly around, and we'll take a look around the map. A little bit of altitude here, and just spin her around a little bit. Right down there, that's field 6. One of the fields that we start with, as well as fields 1 and 2, which are small fields right here, flanking the main drive to the map, or to the farm. spin on around. We've got our wool and cotton sell point down there. Another sell point over here. We have our animal dealer and a sell point. Directly in front of us, we have the big forest. And the smoke is coming from the sawmill. Just on the other side of the forest here. And down the sawmill, we have a wood chip trigger as well as our log trigger. This particular area, we're going to have to try something on. Because down here, we've got some interesting setups. So it looks like this is a sell point for liquid and solid manure. So slurry and manure you can sell here. Then we have this that looks like possibly a bulk buy point for liquid fertilizer. Then we have a huge slurry pit here. We have a lime buy point. And then what I'm thinking might be a manure buy point. But I want to try to check some of this stuff out during our drive around. We have our shop, and then the really large placeable over here for our factories. We're not going to go into the various factories that are part of the placeable factories pack, pellet pack, and seed factory. That is really for a completely different video. We're going to be focusing on the map this particular video. We have our biogas plant and then another sell point. I'm going to go ahead and loop around the shop and we'll get started with the drive around. I'd say one of the predominant features of the shop here is this interesting rotating panel of vendors and brands. Pretty cool. Inside the shop, we have, of course, our shop trigger, as you can see. Also want to get something to try out that liquid. Doohickey. And on the other side of the building over here, we do have our maintenance trigger located right there. And I have to give a little props out. I often see New Holland dealerships, and there we go. We got ourselves a New Holland dealership. Where does our stuff spawn? Go around the back of the building. Gonna find all of your stuff. Pretty large spawn area indeed for our equipment to spawn in. Go ahead and make our way up to that one particular point of interest and see if we can't figure out what some of these areas are real quick. First off, we have our log dealership, sawmill. Oh my gosh, I can't say anything right tonight. So we've got our log sell point, as well as our wood chip sell point. Then we have the sell point for our slurry and manure, which is this particular sell point right here. Go ahead and tag it. There you go. You can see it come up. Slurry and manure. Come over here. Fertilizer. Because I can only hold solid product. Manure. Cost me $22 to buy that manure. Oh, I only got $17 back. So you don't want to do that. It is more costly to buy than sell. This is also a slurry buy point right here. You did see a trigger there. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that that other area is indeed going to be a sell point to sell you maybe herbicide and liquid fertilizer, as well as the solid fertilizer that we had come up here with our Mahindra. Really nice details. I like this waterway and the trees lining this kind of drainage way. Here we have our dump station, and this particular dump station is going to be the Cooperativa. And they're going to accept bulk of our production products, as well as our grain and eggs and milk. Skip over here to this big, large placeable area. Plenty of room here to put down your factories of choice. Let's give you a little bit of a sense of scale here, as far as size of that building and then total mass of this placeable area. Head on back towards the main farm at the gas station, supermarket, and the other sell points. Small map, but it's packed pretty good with stuff. Ew. A lot of sell points for the size. That is for sure. Got our fuel station. Dude, how do we get out of here? Kind of cut through. Cut through the parking lots maybe. To our supermarket. Take a little shortcut and see if this winds us around to some of the sell points. Specifically the factory up here on the hill. We have our animal dealer playing without the factories, and then we'll be able to use this. And then we have our barn sell point right here. Another grain sell point. Nice long ramp coming up to here. I'd like to see that. I wish there was more of that in various farm sim maps versus the really steep grades and ramps that we have so oftentimes. This road here is going to loop us kind of around. Side of the farm. This is going to be our wool and cotton sell point. Right over there, the other side of that brick wall, is the main farm. I like these. I like the retaining walls. I wish we saw more of those in Farm Sim. Retaining wall over here. Chapel up on the hill. Busted wall. That's nice to see. Old foundation. Maybe it's an old foundation of an old church. Field 2, Little Old Field 2. Saw earlier, main drive up to the main farm there. Field 1. Oh, we got a guy fishing. Fishing off the bridge. We have our final grain sell point. And then we'll conclude our video tour at the biogas plant. Hey guys, that is Hills of Italy. We have our digestate pipe. And then our digester. There. Then the two large three-sided bunkers. Go ahead and check out those triggers. Make sure they come up. For number 1 and 2. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Hills of Italy? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.